Hello once again, and welcome back to Metroid Prime. This is part 3, Let's Play. Last episode, we defeated Parasite Queen, and made it here to Talon IV. I call it IV, not 4. If you're offended, I don't know what to say. It's just how I always do it. Anyway, you want to go up on this ledge, through this door. Not much else you can do. You can go visit if you wanted to. And here's our first encounter with some real enemies. Just take a couple shots to defeat them. Go through here, continue on through the tunnel, and then through this door. And since we have, if you take a look at the menu screen, we only have our power beam now, and we only have our power suit. We still have our combat visor and our scan visor, but everything else is gone. Now, that kind of makes us weak to basically everything. You cannot go anywhere near fire or ice, as you will die very quickly. So if you come into any heated contact, you're going to want to get out of there as soon as possible. You cannot fire charge shots or missiles, so you will not be able to do nearly as much damage as you usually can. So you just want to go through this door, keep killing the enemies along the way. If you shoot these sacks, they actually explode. I can do them. Try to avoid the explosion, but you can kill some enemies with it. I don't know if you want to. Obviously, since we lost everything, we're going to want to try to find it again. Chozo Ruins West. This will be our first area we're going to want to go in. Besides Talon IV, of course. But, I don't know. The game's pretty straightforward. You can see me doing it. So I'll probably start taking this LP time to talk about some other stuff. I don't know. Probably for now, I'm just going to explain everything as I go along, and if I want to talk about anything, I'll talk about it. But as you can see, the Chozo Ruins, it's kind of a deserty area. It looks abandoned, too. Since we don't have our charge beam, we cannot draw in power-ups anymore, so we're just going to have to collect them normally. But since you probably haven't played the other Metroid games, if you're watching this, let me just take a second to explain what the Chozo are. They are an ancient race that developed a lot of technology. They actually developed my power suit and my arm cannon and all my weapons, including morph ball, such. And they were wiped out, at least mostly. I have not played every Metroid game, admittedly, but I've played quite a few, and I've never met an alive Chozo. But this is apparently their home on Talon IV. The original home was Zeb's, which is where Metroid 1 takes place. Pretty sure, I might be wrong. But the Chozo were wiped out. Now, I don't think it's ever fully explained as to how the Chozo were wiped out. Chozo Ruins, however, explains quite a bit how they were wiped out here. But we'll get into that a little bit later, because there will be lore that tell us, which are basically logbook entries. And I don't know if you can go through here yet, whether you're supposed to. These are just basic, like, little mine-like things. They fall down, stop moving, and if you touch them, they explode. But Chozo took in Samus as a little girl. If you did not know, spoilers, Samus is a girl. You can find that out by either Googling it or just playing the games. They took her in as when she was a child, and took care of her, and eventually gave her the power suit and the arm cannon. It's never explained as to why Samus leaves the Chozo, but she joins and helps the Galactic Federation, and is a bounty hunter, actually. There's a long-standing feud between Samus and the Space Pirates. Here, we'll explain a new enemy here. We have the War Wasp Hive, which is primary. Nothing comes out of it yet. We'll see more about that later. But something else I want to explain. This is a lore. The red dot means that it's either an important thing or a lore. This is a Chozo lore. We Chozo are departing now. After so many years in peaceful exclusion here on Talon IV. When we came, this place was a refuge for our spirits. Civilization built from native materials, bereft of trappings of our technology. So, they apparently left their prior living establishment, civilization, and came here, and they were happy because they did not have the technology that they did otherwise, and lived off the nature. they have a mental link with the land, which is kind of explained. And apparently when they left it, it was not destroyed, it was in pristine condition. And they left for some reason. Doesn't say why though. Maybe we'll find out later. But yeah, lore always looks like that with a shiny thing on the wall. Disappears after you scan it. But that's about all I'm going to say about the Chozo. I will talk about them more later on, because they're explained quite a bit more. But here's another save station. Obviously I want to use it to restore my health. I don't think I actually lost any. But I also want to save, because we're going to coming up to a boss pretty soon. And these are war wasps. I don't think they actually appear unless you go into the save room. I cannot scan them, so I will have to just pass on them so far. But they come out of these nests, obviously. They're not scripted to come out yet, and you'll see why in a second. Just going to keep continuing on. More of these drop-down enemies. You can just avoid them, you can walk him, know him if you want, but I'm going to try and save as much health as I can. Because the game is actually legitimately difficult at the beginning, because you do not have your abilities, or very much health. That down there is poison, as well as poisonous mushrooms. If you touch the mushrooms, they explode, and I just got hit by a war wasp, most likely. But if you step in the poison, it hurts you. Pretty simple. The hazard bar will go up the closer you get to the poison. That over there, the door cannot be opened with that weapon. We'll explain more of that later. I'm just going to keep continuing on. Avoid the poison, avoid the war wasp. I'm getting hit so much right now. That's what happens when I start recording. I do bad. I'm actually extremely good at Metroid Prime. I played Metroid Prime 2 first, before Metroid Prime 1, mostly because I could not find a copy of Metroid Prime 1. This is just lighting up the room. It's an enemy, you can kill it, makes the room darker. I don't really care if the room's darker, because I can see fine. But if you can't, just don't kill the enemies. I'm just going to avoid him, because there's no need to. And now we're in a room filled with poison. What's this? Elevated bridge looks worn but functional. Alright, that's cool. Guess we won't die. Just go up here. What's that over there? Oh, I guess we have to cross the bridge to find out what it is. Oh, what's this? A cutscene? Oh, am I surprised? Of course not. What does that mean? Poison filling the room. Covering the door. Oh no. Yep, it's boss time. This time we've got the... Let's see if I can scan one. I guess I can't. What you're going to do, wait until they freeze like that. If you want to scan them, you can. They're war wasps. You just want to wait until they stop, lock onto one, and kill it. You're going to want to focus on one, but there's going to be multiple ones at a time. Just kill them as fast as possible. Try to avoid them. I might actually end up dying. I'm okay with that. But after that, this will open. Shoot as much as you can. Eventually it'll close, shift around, let out even more war wasps. So you can try to defeat them before they even start moving. That'll make it a lot easier on you. You can also keep shooting as they're turning around in circles. You might get one, might not, might get lucky. I have a couple times actually. But if it gets too difficult, just stop moving. Try to focus on one area and hope that they see like this. I'm probably going to just stay here. Hope one of them stops moving in that general area. Yep. See if I can get one this time. But as long as you keep moving, they're most likely not going to be able to hit you. But it is possible to die in this. I have died before. I might die this time. I'm doing pretty good for now. I'm kind of low on health. But you have to do this 3 times. You can scan this if you want. No, you can't. But you can scan the war wasp. I'm going to kill as many of these as I can right off the bat. And then just start shooting. Just stand in one spot while they're moving. They stop moving, get out of the way, start shooting him. Might be better to just run around the circle, fire around the circle. Because then you'll see if one stops, be able to avoid it, kill it, move on. Probably one stopped. I'm lucky I missed that. But it's pretty simple. The problem is they go down easy, but they're hard to hit. And if you fall in the poison, that can just be disaster fall off here especially, because you do not have the ability to jump in water well, and it'll hold you down and basically kill you. You will get game over and have to start from your prior save screen, or your last save, which would be at the last save station. If you're following me, it takes 3 hits. Okay, well the water levels go back down, whatever that is released, and the bridge is brought back up so we can reach it again. Let's see what this is. This is our missile launcher. Very, very useful. Get it very early in the game. Of course, I think it's one of the first things you always get in the game. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but missile launcher, you start, instead of the 15 missiles that you start off with, you only have 5. You will be picking up a lot more soon. First thing you want to do, open this door, go in. You got an energy tank. First energy tank of the game. Permanently increase us by 100. That's going to be great. There are 9, 10 total. I'm obviously going to be getting them all. This small circular hole, obviously morph ball, but we lost our morph ball ability, so nothing we can do here yet. But these tentacles will slow you down, nothing important. Embracing boxes looking for stuff. And we are at 11 minutes about, so I think I'm going to cut it off here since we defeated the boss, got our missile launcher. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye. See you next time.